Okay, so let's have a look at some more questions. This comes from the 2020 HSC Standard 2 Maths paper. So we have question 6. Suppose y equals -1 minus 2x. When the value of x increases by 5, the value of y decreases by what? Okay, so we can just plug x equals 0 in and then x equals 5. So if x equals 0, this tells us y is -1 minus 2 times 0. This is -1. If x equals 5, this tells us y is -1 minus 2 times 5. Minus 2 times 5 is -10. -10 minus 1 is -11. And so if x goes from 0 to 5, y goes from -1 to -11. So y decreases by 10. So the answer must be D. So now let's have a look at question 7. So we have which histogram best represents a data set that is positively skewed? Okay, so if we have a data set that sort of looks like this, and we have a data set that sort of looks like this is a positive skew, and this is a negative skew. It's a positive skew because the tail is going towards the positive. You have a normal data set here, but it has an extra tail that's up at the positive end. This one is a normal data set here, but it has an extra tail that's down here at the lower end, at the negative end. So which one of these is positive? Well, C and D are symmetrical, so they are neither positive nor negative. B is negative because it's got a nice little distribution here and then a bit going downwards. A is the positive skew. So for question 7, the answer is A, and A is indeed the correct answer to this question. So now let's have a look at question 8. So we have John recently did a class test in 3 subjects. The class scores on each test were normally distributed. The table shows the subjects and John's scores as well as the mean and standard deviation relative to the rest of the class. Which row of the table below shows his strongest subjects and his weakest subjects? So we need to use z-scores. So to find a z-score, you need to take the score you got, subtract the mean, divide by the standard deviation. So we can do this for John for French, Commerce and Music. So for French, his z-score for French is equal to his score, 82, minus the mean, 70, divided by the standard deviation, 8. That's 12 on 8. That's 1.5. For Commerce, his z-score for Commerce is his score, 80, minus the mean, 65, divided by the standard deviation, 5. That's 15 over 5. That is equal to 3. And then for Music, his z-score for Music is equal to his score, 74, minus the class average, 50, divided by the standard deviation. This is 24 over 12. This is 2. So Commerce is his best, and French is his worst. So Commerce best, French worst, that is going to be A. So the answer to question 8 is A. And this is the answer that we're after here. So now let's have a look at question 9. So question 9, Team A and Team B have entered a chess competition. Team A and Team B have 3 members each. Each member of Team A must play each member of Team B once. Which of the following network diagrams could represent the chess game to be played? Okay, so we need each member to play, so they each have 3 members. So we'll draw 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And we're told each member of Team A, so this is the 3 members of Team A over here, this is the 3 members of Team B over here, each member of Team A must play each member of Team B once. So this is member A1, A2, A3, this is member B1, B2, B3. So A1 has to play B1 and B2. We're using lines to show the matches that must take place. So A1 must play B1, A1 must play B2, A2 must play B1, A2 must play B2, A1 must also play B3, A2 must also play B3, and then A3 must play B1, B2, and B3. So we get this kind of shape. This kind of shape is a lot more complicated than any of the diagrams that we have listed below. So this is a little bit of a problem. This particular format doesn't work very nicely. But we could pick a different arrangement for team members. We could say A1 is over here, B1 is next to them, A2 is over here, B2 is next to them, A3 is over here, and B3 is next to them. So this means A1 must play B1, B2, and B3. A2 must play B1, B2, and B3, and A3 must play B1, B2, and B3. And this is actually answer B from this question. And this is the answer we're after. These network diagrams are a little bit unusual because if you are doing them intuitively and you pick the wrong setup, so if you're actually trying to set up this question from scratch to try and work out how each of the players can play each of the other players, you can get rather complicated diagrams as we did here. So this one you had to pick the right arrangement to get this if you were doing it as an arrangement. You could have also thought about the number of paths leaving each node. Each player of one team had to play 3 other people. So a suitable diagram has 3 paths leading away from each node. The only graph for which that's true is B. So you could have done this kind of question by actually building a graph yourself, correctly choosing an orientation for the positions of the players, then connecting it. You could have also just thought about the fundamental geometry of this problem. So you could have said, well, each node must have 3 paths because that's the number of games. The only one in this circumstance, the only answer here that has that is B, so it must be B. But by producing the graph ourselves, we were able to get this answer as well. So now let's have a look at question 10. So this will be the last question in the set I do for now. So a plumber charges a call-out fee of $90 as well as $2 per minute while working. Suppose the plumber works for T hours. Which equation expresses the amount the plumber charges as a function of time where time is in hours? So their bill, the amount they charge you, which we'll call bill, is going to be their fixed fee, which we'll call FF, plus their hourly rate, which we'll call HR, multiplied by time, where time is in hours. Their hourly rate is $2 per minute. There are 60 minutes in 1 hour. So their hourly rate is going to be the amount they charge per minute multiplied by 60. So this will be an equivalent hourly rate of $120 per hour. The fixed fee we established was $90. So if we plug this all in, we get the bill they charge you is $90 plus $120 per hour times time, where time is in hours. So of these equations, the first one is wrong, the second one is wrong, the third one has the coefficients in the wrong order, the fourth one, D, is the correct one. And D is the correct answer to question 10.